Greetings from here, everyone. In my last video, I brought to you cervical cancer, okay? And then I took a look at the definition of cervical cancer. I mentioned to you what causes cervical cancer and then the late symptoms of cervical cancer. But today in my video, I'll be mentioning some risk factors of cervical cancer to you. We have so many risk factors of cervical cancer. One, we have smoking. Two, we have sexual history. Three, we have chlamydia infection. Four, economic status of the individual. Five, weakened immune system. Six, HPV. I mentioned to you the last time that HPV in full terms is known as what? Human papilloma virus. And this human papilloma virus as a risk factor, it is the most risk factor of all the risk factors of cervical cancer. Now, let me mention some diagnostic means of cervical cancer. We have a lot of diagnostic means of cervical cancer. One, we have pelvic examination under anesthesia. We have bimanual pelvic or sterile speculum examination. We have colposcopy. We have biopsy. We have HPV typing test. We have pap smear. We have a CT scan. And then we have X-ray. Those are the diagnostic means of diagnosing cervical cancer. But I'll be talking about one particular diagnostic means, which is also a preventive means of what? Cervical cancer. And that diagnostic means it's pap smear. Pap smear. This pap smear is a test that is conducted, a test that health professionals conduct to detect any changes in the cervix. Okay, it is a test conducted to detect any changes, any abnormalities in the cervix. Once this test is conducted and there is any changes, the management start as soon as possible. That is why we said it is a preventive means. So an individual who is sexually active, it is good that once every 3 years you do pap smear test. A lot of people don't have the means to go for this test, which make them end up in developing cervical cancer, which they don't have any idea about. Mind you, there are two major cancers in this part of the world that can be prevented. We have two main cancers in this part of the world that can be what? Prevented. These cancers are cervical cancer and then the breast cancer. These two cancers can be prevented, okay, through what? Early checking up. Okay, for example, you carry out pap smear, and if there is any changes in your services, the management is provided as soon as possible. And then the breast cancer, once examination is done in any health settings by the specialist and any abnormality that have been detected, it is managed as soon as possible. Unlike when it reaches the cancers affect a lot of things and affect organs, and then the prognosis becomes very bad, and then there is nothing that could be done. But I'm saying that they are the two cancers, cervical cancer and then the breast cancer, are the two main cancers in this part of the world that can be what? Prevented. But unfortunately, most people don't have the money to even go to hospital to carry out this test. Most women in this part of the world end up dying, or most of them got to know that they have cervical cancer or breast cancer when it reaches the last part or it destroys organs when nothing could be done. But don't forget, I'm just making references that the major or the two main cancers that can be prevented in this part of the world are cervical cancer and breast cancer. But I'm treating what? Cervical cancer. So it is designated, or WHO made this clear to us that a woman at the age of 21 years, it is good you carry out pap smear test. Okay, that is once every 3 years. So the actual thing is any sexually active woman, okay, once you are sexually active, it's not necessary. It is not necessarily you should be 28 it should be 21 years before you carry out that pap smear test. But once you are sexually active individual, precisely women or girl or woman, you need to do this HPV test once every 3 years. Okay, it is good you do because don't forget I mentioned some risk factors that sexual history, smoking, HPV. And you know HPV is gotten through unprotected sex. I made mention in my last video that HPV is gotten through sexual intercourse. And how can this be through sexual intercourse? It is when the two individuals who are in the process of having sex don't protect themselves whilst in the act. Please, you are watching my video and I am Audi Justine S now. Please support me by watching my video. After watching, just share, like, and comment. Not necessarily you have to comment, but if you have something to say, feel free to share. Okay, share my video. Someone need this thing to save his or her life, to save her life. Sorry, someone need this information to save her life, to save somebody's life. So please, after you have watched my video, kindly tap or copy the link, share it, let someone who needs this information also what know. Okay, so I'm talking to you in this video today that the preventive means of cervical cancer is to what? Carry out a pap smear test because pap smear test is a test that has been conducted to detect any changes, okay, any changes in the cervix or any abnormality in the cervix. Now, in my next video, I'll be talking about what? The management given to a cervical cancer person, a person who has a cervical cancer, management, what are the management given to the person? So in my next video, I'll be talking about that. Until then, have a good day and please tap on the link. It will take you to my YouTube channel. After watching, share, like, and then subscribe to my YouTube channel because any new video, you'll be notified of it. Have a good day.